Hello again, traders. Right, this was such a good example of a wick fill that I wanted to go over it in detail and get it uploaded on this Friday. So I had a little walk around the field with the dogs, came back and full of new ideas, and felt this was really important to do. So this morning has been absolutely amazing. Trades absolutely everywhere. And we started off the morning with the perfect RSI dashboard. As you can see, it's absolutely stacked full of momentum at the moment. Still even Aussie, New Zealand, Aussie dollar is like kicking the proverbial at the moment. So in terms of strength to the long side, look, these numbers. And don't worry, I've mentioned this before, but don't worry about overbought, oversold. It means nothing in our circumstances. The stronger these numbers, in my opinion, combined with the 3CR and all the other RSI histo alert triggers, is what we want to see. So it's a shame we can't have a sort of a calculation on this side which tells us the absolute number, if you like, so all of those added together, and then they would be the instant ones we would want to look at first, so, and in terms of the lowest, all the lowest numbers. So the higher the lower, or the lower the number there, that's the more important one to look at, and the higher number of all these green ones is the important one to look at. That's why I love these numbers on there as opposed to the other indicator that we had that I think it was called Hitman something or other. Anyway, I digress. So first port of call was that, and it was empty in the morning, and I said on Twitter, this is fantastic, it will fill up, all we've got to do is wait patiently for it to do so. Then we can spend that time looking for the best examples on our charts, which next port of call was this one, the H4. So that is the 6 a.m. close with the big wick. So that was what I was looking at and important. These didn't even exist, but as you can see, here again, 6 a.m. close, the 6 a.m. open, and boom, wick filled, and the momentum is huge. Now, it's also worth mentioning, which I try and explain on Twitter, is the fact that the two green candles making low, high, high, low, high, high is a massive uptrend. That's a really good, strong swing trend on the 30-minute or the hourly chart. That's how fractals work, and the same goes for when you've got two red candles. So nice red wick there. That is the 10 o'clock close on UJ. I had a feeling that was going to go down, and as you can see, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, and it's continued and filled that. So 151 minutes to go on this 3-hour candle, 4-hour candle. So we're just over an hour into the new candle, and as you can see, we've filled that wick. So that's what I love about these, and here as well. I mean, it's just mad how useful these H4 this H4 dash is. So if you're worried about it looking like another indicator trader and so on and so forth, please don't. This thing, I wouldn't keep posting this if it wasn't earning me money. It's all over my Twitter feed at the moment because it is absolutely transforming my abilities to trade. I've taken so many trades I can't even think about how that would have been the case a while back, based on these charts. So I've just not even bothered looking at this one. I've been doing other stuff. But massive wick there. What do we think happens when a big wick there filled, big wick there filling? There is an option, and I've talked about this on Twitter as well in the previous video, where if we've got a doji, if it like this, that's what we call a doji. If it doesn't go up, then it's liable to go down. So we've got a double whammy at these. And not only that, how this all started was these big candles. So if we had a big candle like this one, we haven't got a good example of this now, but if we had a big candle sat on support, then we're looking to take the reversals of them. So we can trade this now up, down, or sideways. That is a sideways candle, and we can trade that. That is a down candle, we can trade it up, and vice versa. If it was an up candle, we can trade it down. So when I used to say we can trade up, down, or sideways using this, it has really fulfilled that saying. So back on track. This morning, this Aussie dollar, I mean, the trades are everywhere. It's just unbelievable. This Aussie dollar here If we go and look at the chart now and explain exactly what that was on the lower time frames, drop down to the hourly. So what I've done is I've put the crosshairs on here, as it were. That's the close of the 6 o'clock candle. So that is our low, high, high, low, high, high. That is our wick, and that's the pullback. We've got loads of room to a new flip area and the high, which is really important. That's why I identified that one on here. Also, quickly while I'm here again now, as I say, that's why I identified here. We had a big red candle here first thing this morning, and loads of room to the high, much the same as that situation there. It looked like that. So we had the wick, and we also had not tested the high of that candle on the left hand side. So that's how superb this dashboard is. And not only that, we can use it on the daily charts. So as I looked at it first thing this morning on the daily, didn't really see any of interest, but I did post the daily chart just for reference purposes, so I could snap back now and look at this UJ and think, yep, that did exactly what I thought it would do. We can also use it at the weekends to identify good looking opportunities for the weekends, and up to this point I don't think I've looked at a weekend chart with a view to trading wicks, so that's a whole new opportunity, set of opportunities potentially for us at the weekends too. So this thing is priceless. It is only on MT4. All you literally have to do is download the, I mean, if you don't use MT4 and you're frustrated because you don't have this, then I advise you to find a free example of MT4, which would be, say for example, Hugo's Way, not affiliated. Google them for the real information of whether they're worth using as a broker. Not going to say anything either way, but you do your due diligence. But they're charting packages, and they're the fact that you can just download it without even giving an email. So on the top right hand of their chart, just download MT4 and you're good to go. Then you need to get your indicators. You can find all of those linked on my pinned tweet on Twitter, Best Forex Method, and then we can you're good to go. And then you set this up, download the recent candles indicator, load it up 3 times. You have to load up the tickers, as it were, into 3 different sets, so you'll see all of those in that line, and then all the second line in that line excuse me, and you know, the bottom one, and then change the settings as I have them on here, and you're good to go. I think we can get on my screen, it depends how your screen resolution is, but on my screen resolution, which is a pretty old laptop, it's pretty small, but I've got 11 on there, I think. So you could probably end up getting 30 on one row if you've got a massive high resolution screen. So that's that. Back to the actual chart. So we've ascertained that we've found one with a really, there's the point I was trying to make on there. That's loads of room to potential supply and demand, support and resistance, target area if you like. So we've got the crosshairs on the close, then we've got the vertical on the new candle, so that is exactly at 6 o'clock in the morning. Drop down to the low time frames and you can start to see what we're looking at. That is the spike up, 3 hours worth of sideways motion. I call it manipulation. The technical people would call it accumulation or distribution. Drop down to the 30-minute and we start to see what the various indicators are telling us, and these are priceless in my opinion. Learn how to use them. I've been through 1001 indicators, and this thing coincides with the 3CR. The 3CR is what I live and die by, so if that matches the 3CR, I'm happy. This is like a multi-time frame version of the RSI histo. All it is it tells you when the MAs have moved from flat to slope. So I've deleted a load of colours from here so that I don't get distracted. When it turns green, it's quite rare, and you can see price has absolutely taken off. Gone from flat to green, and once again price takes off. That's the bust, pullback, break and close on the RSI. As you can see, that was the trigger, but we don't wait for the 30-minute. We drop down and use every time frame that we can in our toolbox. So here we go, here's the new, this is your spike, this is your flat line if you like on that H4, and then when power starts to move in, we've got the 3CR up, This is 6 a.m. This is the Frankfurt Open, 7 a.m. There's our bust, pullback, break and close up. There's our RSI gone from flat to our TMA slope gone from flat to get interested, boys. They've coincided perfectly, and then you can see it's just taken off. And what can I say about this? This is just what we wait for. So what we wait for, we look at the RSI dash. That's all plain. There's one or two little pink and green things on there. We know there's no momentum. We go to our chart, we look at our H4 to find our best looking possible charts with wicks, and then we zip onto the charts of our choice. We do our study, as it were, and what can I say? That's the wick. That's the pullback of the wick. This is our open and close of that H4 candle we talked about, and then here is when the momentum comes in, and the momentum just absolutely piled in on all these charts this morning. It was just incredible. So I think everything moved. I didn't actually know about the New Zealand US dollar, so apologies, alerts all over. Not so much, but it still broke out, as you can see, flat breakout, up it goes, no looking back. So what can I say? The dashboard and these are the H4 wicks, and this new strategy, in my opinion, is priceless. Don't waste your time with all these guys on social media with hundreds of thousands of followers that all they do is collect your emails or try and sell you a course or whatever. Stick with your charts. This method is proven now, and it just gets better and better and better. Where was another one? All the pound pairs crashed, I think, if I remember rightly. So GA I know did for a fact. Stands to reason if Aussie dollar is strong. Yeah, beautiful. Look at that. High, low, lower, high, pullback, and you'll have divergence, which I didn't mention just now. Flat, but running out of power, drops below the dragon, pulls back, continues, and that move is massive. Pound Aussie dollar was similar, I think. And then when we use these other indicators we've got, just going off topic slightly, but you can then get the opposite direction, the bounces as well, using the M1, because we know S1 is going to create a bounce. We know any strong move is likely to create a bounce. So, and then we just watch our lower time frames. This is M15, but there would have been an M5 3CR off of that S1 there. Probably find on the lower time frames there's one of these levels as well, and not in this instance, but you will. And so what you want to be looking for is trades off these levels. This is automated, but it is absolutely fantastic. So there's your M5 3CRs up. There's the momentum trigger, if you like. Bust, pull back, break and close with the 20 level, and that is a good scalp there. I don't know what the distance of that is, but yeah, a little bit premature. It would have the move would have happened there, but if you look at that, you can see you're bouncing off. So a real good scalper on M1. What are we on? Yeah, M5. So M5 3CR. So it can drop down to M1. Apologies, getting a bit ahead of myself. I would be using M1 to trade that bounce, much the same as we've had a bounce here as well. So if we take the scroll off, sorry, this is getting a bit difficult to see those. Something to do with the indicators I've got. There's the bounce. This is your, your 3CR was here. Then you've had another pullback, and then you have your perfect entries here. So that was a good, solid. There, you could have said that's the bust, that's the pullback, that's the break and close. If you want to learn more about what I mean by these exactly, then do your research on my YouTube channel. Just put search on my channel. That's an 18 pip move. 18 pip move. I'm a scalper. I'm going for 6 or 7 pips. So there you go, guys. How to use the H4 dashboard, how to use the RSI dashboard, how to use the wicks, what the wicks are actually showing you, and then how to prepare yourself for the bounces. And that was what I was talking about, this coming down to a significant level based on that indicator. There's your S1 pivot down there, and here is your support indicator that would have told you get ready to take the long. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day.